Hello everyone, welcome again. So far we have discussed about basics of MATLAB, its inbuilt functions and the script and the usage of script for making functions in the MATLAB. Now let's move on to the experiment number 4, which will deal about looping in MATLAB. So the objective of this experiment is to understand how looping is carried out within the MATLAB. Okay. So the apparatus required is in almost all the experiments is one and the same. That is, we need to have one computer and one MATLAB, and the computer should have at least 4 GB RAM. Alright. So let's talk about the various loops that are possible in MATLAB. These loops you have also studied in various other programming languages. They have almost a similar function as them. So first of all, talk about if else or else if loop. Okay. So what if else loop does is it evaluates the logical expression. Okay. If you are writing under the if statement, you are writing some logical expression. It will evaluate that logical expression and executes whatever the group of statement that you write and beneath the if statement that will be evaluated. Okay, based on the value of expression. In its simplest form, you can say it has the syntax as if statement, the logical expression will be there and the statement will be there and it will be supplied with end. Okay. So if the logical expression, whatever the logical expression you have given beneath the statement if that turns out to be true, that is, it evaluates to the logical 1. Okay, if it is true, that will be 1. If it is false, that will be the logic 0. The MATLAB software executes all the statements between if and end lines. So whatever you write the statements between if and end lines, that will be executed within MATLAB. Suppose if you are writing some statement like if and you are giving some logical expression, only if this logical expression is true, then only it will evaluate these statements. Okay. So it resumes the execution at the line following the end statement. Okay. Only if the logical expression turns out to be true. If the logical expression turns out to be false, that is the logical 0. Okay. MATLAB will skip all the statement between if and end lines and it will resume the execution at the line following the end statement. Okay. Now suppose this is the if statement and there is a logical expression you have given. Suppose you have given if x is greater than 1 or something like that. Okay. And if it turns out to be false, it will directly jump out of the loop and whatever the statement you are giving after the end statement, that will be executed. Okay. So the else and else if statement further conditionalize the statement. To further conditionalize the statement, we use else and else if statements. So the else statement has no logical conditions. Okay, else has no logical condition. Else does not require any logical condition. The statement associated with it execute if the preceding and possibly its else if condition evaluates to logical 0. Now suppose you have given some conditions and if it evaluates to be 0, then the second option will be you can use else. Okay, so if something turns not to be true, else execute this, else if execute this. Okay, so if any statement is not coming out to be true, then we can use the else statement if you want to do another execution. Okay, so the else if statement has a logical condition that it evaluates if the preceding if and possibly else if condition is false. Okay, that I have explained. The statement associated with it executes if its logical conditions evaluates logical 1. You can have multiple else if statement within a block. So within a block you can use multiple else if statement according to your application. Okay. The next purpose of looping is switch case statements. In switch case statement, basically we are executing various cases. Okay, within a switch statement we are executing various cases. Okay, so that we can call out any one of them and then perform the operation which is been told to it by the programmer. Okay, so basically suppose you are making a calculator. Okay, so making a calculator, what you need 2 numbers. So it will ask for the first number, it will ask for the second number, and then it will ask you which operation to perform. Okay, you will specify you want to perform addition, then it will perform a plus b. If you specify multiplication, then it perform a into b. So these statements we have to write it down. Okay, these various switch cases we have to write it down in a switch case program, so that we can we will be able to easily make the statement. So switch executes certain statement based on the value of variable or expression. Its basic form is switch expression, okay, case value statement, okay, expression. Okay, so you have a switch, what case it will be there, and then expression. We'll see this syntax while we do the program practically in the MATLAB. So this block consists of the word switch followed by an expression to evaluate. Okay, so switch will be followed by an expression to be evaluated. Okay, certain expression will be there. If it turns out to be true, it has number of case groups. These group consist of the word case followed by a possible value of expression all on a single line. Okay, subsequent lines contain the statement to execute for the given value of the expression. Okay, execution of case group ends when MATLAB encounters the next case statement or otherwise statement. Okay, so case statement ka execution, it will end only when MATLAB identifies or encounters the next case statement, or if we use the otherwise statement, then only it will move on to the other. Suppose you are giving certain operations, you are performing addition, multiplication, subtraction and division. Okay, so you want to perform only these 4 operations. Other than these operations, you want to specify that I cannot calculate the following expression. Then you use the command otherwise. Okay, after writing all these 4 switch case commands, you write otherwise and write a case that I cannot calculate this. We will see this in the program. So execution of a case group ends when MATLAB encounters the next case statement or the otherwise statement. An end statement switch works by comparing the input expression to each case value. For numeric expression, the case statement is true if value is equal to expression. Okay. So next we will have loop control statements. We will look at it. We have 2 loop control statements, basically a for loop and a while loop. Okay. So with loop control statement, you can repeatedly execute a block of code looping back through the block while keeping the track of each iteration with an incrementation of index variable. So as you all know, we have studied in various different programs, basic programs of other languages, that how a for loop executes. It has an initiation, then it has an incrementation, okay, iteration, incrementation, okay. So use the for statement to loop a specific number of times. If you want to loop specific number of times, you can use the for statement. The while statement is more suitable for basing the loop execution on how long a condition continues to be true or false. So if you want to look at how long the condition will be true, or you want to check something, then you use the while statement. And if you want to put your program onto a loop, then you will use for statement. Okay. The for statement executes a statement or group of statements predetermined by number of times. Okay, if you want to continue number of times up, you want to continue a program. Okay, suppose you want to print number from 1 to 10. Okay, continuously 1, after that 2, then after that 3, then after that 4. So you can use, instead of typing all those numbers, you can directly use the for loop. Or if you want to increment the number, like say 1, then 3, increment the number by 2, then you can very well do using the for statement. So for index is equal to start, increment and end the statement. So default of increment is 1. Okay, if you don't specify what is your increment, it will automatically increment by 1. Okay, so you can specify any increment including a negative one. So let's move on to while loop. The while loop executes a statement or a group of statements repeatedly as long as the controlling expression is true. Okay, so as long as the condition logical 1, okay, or condition is true, then only the while loop will execute. Okay, so at the time when the condition turns out to be false, it comes out of the loop. So we have to be very careful. If the condition is continuously true, it will go to an infinite loop and your system will not respond. Okay, so while expression, statements and end. This is the syntax of while loops. So if the expression evaluates to a matrix, all its element must be 1 for execution to continue. To reduce a matrix to a scalar value, use the all and any functions. So let's see what will the procedure we will be carrying out while doing this experiment. First of all, we will open the matlab.exe file in our PC or a laptop. Then open the script file. You can very well enter this command on command window as well, but you can use the script file so that it will be easy for you to document the thing. So enter the if else statement or switch statement that you want to execute. You want to execute certain program, enter that program onto it. Then save the M file onto the directory, run and observe the characteristics, return to the command window and execute the function. So let's carry out. What was the first step? Open the MATLAB.exe file. So let's open the MATLAB.exe file. MATLAB.exe. So we have this file. Let's open it. Okay, so we have our MATLAB window open. Now we'll open a new script file. Okay, so let's comment our first program of if statement. If and else if statement I will use and will make one program. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we'll print, we'll check about the various conditions. Okay, if input is less than 0, so the number is negative, and then we'll check whether it is between 1 and 100, then we'll see that the number is okay. Okay, number is within the range, and if it is out of the number 100, out of the range of 100, that is greater than 100, it will show a message that it is a very big number. Okay, so let's comment it if statements. Okay. So let's whenever you are using a C language, okay, you use the command scanf to enter the input. Okay, to take the input from the if the system wants the input from the user, then we use the scanf command. Whereas in MATLAB we use the input command. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a variable, say R. R is equal to input let's our input be a number. So please enter a number. Just remember, you have to add colons after please enter a number. Then only MATLAB will accept this number. Okay, or else it will show an error. Okay, so if now let's use the if statement. If your r is less than 0, so if you want to display any message in the MATLAB command window, you use the command disp. Let's display the message. The number is negative. Okay. Else if this condition turns out to be false, then it will move to else if. So else if we will have the condition as r is greater than or equal to 0 and r is less than or equal to 100. Then display the message the number is within the range. Okay. Else if we enter something beyond this, then we'll display the message this is very large number. Okay, and let's end our program over. Okay, so before executing it, let's save it. Save in documents or desktop, anywhere you want, any directory if you want to save, just save it over there. So let's say we'll say R2. Okay. Save. Okay. So let's see. Let's close this and we'll call out directly. Let's run this. Okay. So it is asking me please enter a number. Now suppose if I am entering a number 12. So it is in the range of 0 to 100. Okay, so it should show me the message the number is within the range. Okay, is it showing? Yes. Okay, let's close the script window and then see whether it works or not. Okay, so let's call out R2. Please enter a number. Now suppose you enter 450. So this is a very large number. So it is showing me. Okay, it is moving. So first statement was if r is less than 0, then show me it is a negative number. So if I am talking about minus 230, so it will show the number is negative. Okay. Then if this condition is not true, then move on to else if statement. That is it is between 0 to 100. So if I again execute R2 and enter the number as suppose 48 or 58, it will give me the number is within the range. And if this condition also not satisfied, then it will go and say the number is out of the range or this is a very large number. So suppose we'll take R2 and say 340. So it will, so whatever the message you want to display, you have to enter in the enter in your program. Okay, just wait, take some time. This is a very large number, it is me. Okay, so this was our